Hello and welcome everyone to your April 3rd through 9th, 2017 weekly reading. Okay, so it's going to be a similar format that I've been doing. We'll have a Seeds of Intention card and a Doreen Virtue Angel Messages card. We are going to do bonus cards with Paulina Cassidy this week. We're going to clarify with Prisma Visions, and I'm actually going to do a reading with the Wild Unknown, which I haven't done before. So, let's get into it. I'll start with the weekly cards. I've been shuffling these just so I can save a little bit of time. The Doreen Virtue deck prefers to be picked this way for some reason. I'm not sure if that's how Doreen intended it, but okay. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Obviously, this card isn't going to translate exactly the same for everyone, but a few different possibilities this week is that you might notice that children, or if you have friends with children, you might be showing up as a mentor or caretaker to a certain extent. And that's going to teach you lessons. So it's not just about you being the teacher, but also you learning from being around children. So the other message that I'm getting from this is that it looks like there will also be some clarity around how you are as a mentor for other people, not just children. So I'm going to put that off to the side, and then we'll do a Seeds of Intention card. And then this is where you can focus this week. Oh, and we get it again. For today, I go exploring. This was the exact same card that I pulled for the April monthly read. So, I mean, stick with it. Open yourself up to new possibilities, and I mean, try something new. That's what the exploring card is urging you to do. Okay, now we'll do the bonus cards with Paulina Cassidy. Also, I think I should mention, if you have ever had an interest in getting a deck, I would highly suggest getting a deck that has positive artwork. So there's a lot of decks that are dark and scary. I would not recommend that for a first deck. And I would also recommend getting a deck that has either people or animals, something that's able to show expression. That makes it easier when you're beginning to read. Okay. So card 1, card 2, and card 3. And then go ahead and focus whichever one is calling you. Just focus in on that. If you have a specific question this week, you can also, focus in on what your specific question, and that could give you an answer. If not, it'll just be additional advice for you specifically this week. Okay, and now the Wild Unknown. I'm just going to do this week Monday through Sunday. I'm just going to pull a card for each day, and then we can clarify a little bit on each day to give us some insight. I'm not going to make it specific to which area of your life. We're just going to pull one card for each day. One more time. And there's a misprint on this card. It's interesting. Okay. So we'll do the bonus cards first. So if you picked card number 1, these are the messages for you. King of Cups. I'm not getting that this is another person coming into focus, coming into your space, but rather this is you really having ownership over your own emotions and really being able to take those in stride. So any situation that comes about, just being level-headed and composed, but not ignoring your feelings or, you know, invalidating yourself. This is really being comfortable in your skin and in your emotions. So if this were an answer to a question, so to speak, it might be that, you know, take everything in stride. It's all going to work out. You can handle it. That's what this card is saying, is you can handle whatever comes your way. And you're a great support for other people as well. Just don't get wrapped up in caretaking too much or problem solving for other people too much. It's just you have mastery over your own emotions, and that's valuable for yourself and those around you. Okay, card number 2, 7 of Coins. And this is partnership. That's how it shows up in this deck. This is not a financial card. I mean, I read tarot a little bit differently, but this always looks like partnership to me. So romantic relationships, this is coming together with someone. It could be a soulmate or twin flame connection with somebody. This has a huge past life vibe because these two, it looks like they know each other already. And so they're coming back together in present time. So look for that in your interactions this week, or possibly with someone that you already know. If you're already coupled or with a partner, this is just deepening that connection. This is, you know, if you've been struggling with your relationship, this is urging you to work on connection this week. Really focus in on, what does your relationship need? Are you, you know, this is kind of more of an entrepreneur perspective, but are you measuring, are you keeping track of your metrics of the relationship? You know, how are you doing? Are you evaluating yourself so that, you know, you can be the best version of yourself in that partnership? If so, that's what, if you're already coupled, it's kind of like, okay, continue with that work because it's going to nourish the relationship. And card number 3, 8 of Cups. So this is moving away from something. This is like you're getting literally swept off your feet and just heading in a new direction. So if you've been thinking about jumping ship, you know, starting a new job, it may not mean leaving a job, but it could be, you know, looking for starting the application process and, getting the ball rolling with everything like that. This is an indicator that now is a really good time to do that and to get things moving in whichever direction you've been feeling a nudge to do. So this one's pretty straightforward. It's just letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, whether that be a circumstance, a home, a relationship, a friend group, whatever it is. This is just confirmation that it's safe for you to move away from it and move on to bigger and better things. Okay, those are the 3 bonus cards for a week. I'll take those away. And now we'll get into the weekly read. Okay, so for Monday, Five of Swords. So this looks like, oh, hi, Bryn. Oh my God, I'm being watched. That's terrifying. So this actually does look like conflict. And for some reason, it looks like family is coming up big time. I'm just getting that message that this looks like family struggles, if not directly with relatives. It's old family patterns and traumas that are coming to the surface to heal. So just be mindful of that. If you catch yourself or you're like, oh my God, I sound just like my mom, or whatever is happening for you, hold yourself in compassion and just move forward with it. Just keep, going with whatever it is that you need to focus on and you need to do. And, don't let it destroy your week. Because starting off, that's kind of a rocky start. Actually, we'll just clarify that right now, because I don't want to start this read off with a whole bunch of anxiety. Okay. Oh, what do you know? I say mommy issues and the Queen of Chalices comes up. So yes, this is absolutely, it has to do with the matriarchy of your family. And so just be mindful of those patterns and come on, focus. Don't let it bog your week down. Just move forward with stride. Understand that these are old patterns, old family traumas that are coming up for you. And that's okay. It happens all the time. Let's look at Tuesday. 7 of Wands. So again, we're going to have the same theme of persecution coming from Monday into Tuesday. This is kind of you sticking to your own beliefs and having that persecution energy come up, which isn't fun to deal with, but it's really important for you to stay true to your values regardless of what's going on around you. It might feel like you're being attacked, or that people are breaking out their pitchforks and torches to come after you, but just know that it's an indicator that you're on the right path. Aside from doing something dangerous or belligerent, if it's just a mindset or a mentality or a direction of your life, just stay true to yourself. You're heading in the right direction and things are going to work out how they're supposed to, and just hold on to that vision. So we'll clarify this one as well. So I have the Devil. This is just walking into unknown territory. There's a lot of big picture questions that you're asking right now. And that is, this is a big shift that's happening. It's like you have all this family stuff being pushed to the surface, and then you start to question everything that's going on and carve your own path. That's what the 7 of Wands is saying. So just be mindful that it's a big transition, especially since we're coming up on Mercury Retrograde and we're going to be reevaluating everything. So you have some big messages coming through at the beginning of the week. Okay, let's look at Wednesday. Seven of Swords. Man, I'm like trying to will good cards to come up and it's just not working out right now. This is just like, okay, take a break. This is you being really hard on yourself and punishing yourself. So just, you know, even if you have those feelings come up, it's okay to take a step back, relax, you know, and we'll clarify Wednesday. More family stuff coming up. So this is reconnection with people who matter to you. This isn't necessarily blood family. This can just be anyone who, you know, like your soul family or whoever you feel truly connected to. This is a big card for that. So rest, relax, connect with the people who matter to you, and that'll alleviate some of the stresses that are going on during this period. Okay, let's look at Thursday. The Fool. And again, this correlates perfectly with the Seven of Wands. It looks like by this point you're getting clear about which direction that you want to go in, and so you're moving towards that, whatever that looks like. It's, you know, you have this crap coming up in the beginning, and then you take a break, you reconnect, and then you shoot off in a direction that feels in affinity with you. And so that's what the Fool is about. And then I got the Three of Swords, but honestly, this doesn't look like things aren't going to work out. It just looks like fear. It looks like you're worried about this outcome of your new direction. So this looks more like a picture. It doesn't look like reality or the circumstance. This is about your fears around going in the new direction or starting a new relationship or working on a business or changing jobs, whatever it is that you're doing. It just looks like there's fear around that. Okay, and I might clarify this with a Paulina Cassidy too here in a minute. So Friday, this is heading into the weekend. So this is equivalent to the Page of Swords. So this is really ambitious. So there's, you know, you head off in this new direction and then you are feeling on the up about it. And so you're like, okay, I have made the right decision. This is confirmation that, okay, your ambition kicks in. You start to just toss other people's opinions aside and just go in the direction that feels right to you and feels healthy in your body. And again, so the big thing is there's a lot of fear of disappointment or destruction or things not going the way you want it to. So just be mindful that these fears are normal. It's a very human thing to be scared about trying something new and going in a new direction. It doesn't mean that, you know, you have to future trip really bad like I do and stress yourself out. You can just be aware that it's a part of life. And fear is an indicator that you also should keep trying. Like, figure out, where is that fear coming from? Is it real? Or is it something that you're just creating in your mind? Okay, so for Saturday, this is the last day before Mercury Retrograde. Six of Coins. So again, we're already starting... No. What is this? Yeah, Six of Coins. So this is reevaluating your relationships and what type of reciprocation you're receiving in those relationships. So you're already starting, like with the Mercury Retrograde pre-shadow, you're already getting started on, let me adjust what's happening. Let me look at my current situation and see, am I getting enough in this relationship? Is it bogging me down? Do I need to give more? Am I keeping my side of the street clean? So it's a two-way street. And so as we know with the Six of Coins, it's all about giving and receiving, extending the olive branch. That's what this card reminds me of. So this isn't just about your relationships, but about how are you in those relationships? What are you doing? What are your faults? What are your habits? What are your behaviors that make a difference in the relationships that you have in present time? And then the King of Swords comes up, and this is manifestation. So anything that you want to make happen in your relationships, you can just hold space that it's going to unfold naturally, and that you're going to I hate to say get what you want, but it's going to lean in your direction. So it might not look exactly like your perfect picture of how you want it to take place, but just hold space for the fact that things are going to fall together in the way that they're meant to. And so your relationships are going to achieve balance, which, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the big themes in my April read. So that's already starting with this Mercury retrograde. Okay, and then we have Sunday. So this is equivalent to the Queen of Pentacles. And this looks like another rest card. So this is, you're really grounded in your decision making. You understand what is going on for you. You're able to oversee the entire picture of what's happening and really set your intentions for what you want to happen over the next coming weeks. So this looks like retreating and goal setting. So whatever it is that you're trying to work on, just go ahead and hold that vision, hold space for that process to unfold, and just keep your chin up through this whole thing. But there's like some harsh energies here in the beginning, and then rest, and then motivation, reevaluation, and then we have rest again. So it's, the ebbs and flows of a typical week. And then clarity for Sunday. Another fear card yet again. It's just like this push and pull between, I really want things to work out, the way that I want, but I'm scared that they're not going to. I mean, how many we have now? 4 of those. So it's just a big, there's some big lessons this week, like some huge themes with persecution, especially if there's any time that you've ever been shamed for doing what you want to do, or shamed for having, a certain inspiration or ambition. Anytime you've been shut down, that might come to the surface again. So just be mindful of that. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to clarify Sunday. Again, we'll pull another card just because I feel bad about all this fear coming up. And I don't want to scare anyone. This doesn't mean doom and gloom because we got 3 of Swords and the Hanged Man and the Devil in one read. It just means that you have really big themes coming up. And this is all internal. None of this looks like it's situational. So one more clarifier for Sunday. I should just stop pulling cards. This is more fear. Like it's not real. This doesn't look like doom and gloom, like I said. And this is actually another rest card. This is asking you to, it's like you might have these persecution pictures come up this week, and this is the same exact card. So it's just calling you to pull away, rest, and relax, do what makes you feel good, so long as it's, you know, healthy. I'm not encouraging you to drown yourself in alcohol or drugs. I'm just saying that, you know, pull away, retreat, go focus on yourself, turn inward, and it is going to work out the way you want. It's just that there's a lot of big transitions happening right now. And that is a wrap. If you're interested in seeing the bonus cards, you can go back to the beginning of the video because I pulled 3 of the Paulina Cassidy cards that will give you more specific answers to either your question or your theme for the week. Thank you for liking and sharing, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.